Yo, as someone that has recently cleared through all of Tower, not with max stars, but I have cleared every floor in Tower, I wanted to make a guide on how you can clear Tower and maybe give you some tips that you don't know about so you can learn how to clear it with higher crests for whichever crest value you are at. One of the main reasons I wanted to make this is I feel like there is zero Tower content. There's not that much Tower content. I know Tower is not that good, you know, depending on what you think of it. I personally don't think Tower's that good. I feel like they yoinked it from Genshin and kind of made the endgame concept worse. That's just me. I could go into that, but that's not the point of the video. So I haven't seen any guides on Tower, so I kind of want to go through and help you guys out. And I hopefully would want to make this into a series potentially for the future Towers to come whenever we get new enemies. I hope they update the enemies more often. That's another thing that I don't like the Tower. They're copying the reset cycle that Genshin uses, where it's 3 of the same exact abyss with usually like a different buff or something. This reset on Tower, they didn't even change the enemies or the buffs, so we got a reset on Tower and it's the exact same thing. But yeah, first things first, I don't recommend going above 18 stars until you get to Union level 60, because it's really not worth the stress to get, what, 70 extra Astrites for, you know, getting the extra crest when you have to fully min-max your combo and everything. Having a level 90 DPS is a massive increase in the Tower because of the damage check, the DPS checks that are in the Tower. So one of the main things I want to talk about are all of the bosses that are currently in the Tower of Adversity, and then I kind of want to give some small tips on the smaller floors, because I feel like these floors are mainly just your DPS needs to do a good enough damage to clear them. It's not really like that complicated or like any tech you can really mix in, except for maybe the Lumiscale, because it is a single boss fight that you have. But we are going to be starting with the bosses, so I will be going over Scar, going over the Impermanence Heron and the Mech Abomination, and also going over the Inferno Rider. Alright, so starting with Scar here, we want to analyze his moveset first so you know what you need to dodge. But do keep in mind, it is fine to get hit while you are rotating, as long as it's not interrupting your combo. Some people have some super armor when they're doing their attacks, or if you have the bell, it can also prevent you from being interrupted as well, because sometimes you really need to squeeze in that DPS. So first we have from Scar here, he has this double slam hit he can do, and the way to see when the second part of it's going to go off is the ground will actually light up before it is about to explode. Then he has this singular slam he can do, and this can also be comboed from the double slam, so do keep that in mind as well. He has this big jump where he goes into the air, pretty simple to dodge attack, where he just slams in the ground one time. Sometimes he combos an attack very fast after this, so watch out for that. He has this dash stab where he kind of jumps back from the character, and then he goes in for a very quick jab attack. Pretty easy to dodge, honestly, but sometimes it can catch you off guard. Then there is also a Crescent Slash, which is a 3-hit combo, and the last hit is going to create this smoke field of mist, which is going to have an explosion. If you are in his hitbox, if you're like close to him, you won't get hit by the smoke, so you won't have to worry about dodging it, but you might want to be maxing out your damage by getting dodge counters, so you might want to purposely go into the smoke to add some damage into your rotation. And then there is a horizontal cut into a diagonal cut. Pretty basic, that's just horizontal into a diagonal cut. It's a 2-hit attack. And then there is a quick slash where he jumps into the air and then he slams it down after. And this is pretty much all of Scar's moveset. Finish ult. Bang! What? There we go. Oh my god. Okay, now going on to the Ghost Rider floor. So before the Ghost Rider, there is this group of enemies, and I'm not gonna lie, grouping these enemies is very annoying. The Havoc guy will usually always chase you, but the Gunners kind of like to do whatever they want on their own. If you have Jan Jin, you can just kind of shoot your ult at them, and that can also help. Or if you have Yin Lin, you could try to keep up your mark consistently on them, so while you're attacking the Havoc guy, they're getting hit by your mark. Or you could maybe pull out like a Yang Yang, but besides that, the only other way to really group them is by making sure you are constantly attacking them and pushing them into each other. So make sure your line of sight is always on one gunner, and their backup space would be into the other gunner. Now going into the Ghost Rider here, the Inferno Rider, he has 3 moveset when he's on his motorcycle. There's one moveset that rarely procs. I don't even know if he does it in Tower, where he kind of dashes from one side of the map to the other side on his car. I personally haven't had that proc, but that is one. It's just you dash, and there's usually a fire flame after, and you have to dash it as well. I wasn't able to get any footage of that, so I don't think he has that attack in his moveset. But when he's in his bike mode, he has 3 hits. He has 1 slam of his front wheel. He does like a little wheelie attack on you. Then he has another attack where he does the wheelie, but this time he also swings his staff as well. And then the third variant of his bike attacks is he sends down a fireball while swinging his staff, and after there's like a little bit of time, the fireball that was slammed onto the ground will explode for a second instance of damage. So after you break the first toughness bar of the Inferno Rider, he won't actually go into a, toughness break state. He will actually go into like this more of a humanoid form after jumping off of his bike. And he has 4 attacks in this mode that I am aware of. And one of the attacks, I don't know what it is about the attack. I have never been able to land a parry, but I also never get a dodge counter and it doesn't hit me. Maybe it's skill issue or not. I haven't been getting hit, but yeah. So the first attack he hits you with here is a very long drag. He kind of does some Elden Ring attacks here. He has a very long drag attack where he brings it from behind the back and just swings it at you. Pretty simple to dodge, it's just you need to anticipate the attack. Then he has another drag attack where he brings it from the ground and swings upwards, and this will always be comboed into a second attack where you have to parry after, so do watch out for that. And then the third attack is the attack that I was talking about that I've never been able to parry. I tried parrying this multiple times. I don't know if it's the place I'm standing or what. I even went back to see if maybe it was because I was too close to him and I still wasn't able to parry this attack. Maybe you have to be ranged or something, I don't know. I even tried intro skilling to parry it and I couldn't get a parry. Maybe it's bugged, I have no idea. But that attack I've never been able to get a parry off. And after he does that attack, he also usually leaves a line of fire that you need to dodge, but that's never hit me. So it seems like it has a very inconsistent hitbox from what I know. And the last attack he has is this kind of full dash attack where he drives his blade into a straight line and leaves a fire trail after. And that is about it for his moveset overall. Alright, so before going on to the Mech Abomination, I want to talk about the Heron, but the Heron, I feel like most people know the moveset of, and in the tower, it doesn't really have a very complicated moveset, I would say. The only moveset I would say you would need to watch out for is when he's doing the suck attack. That attack, you want to go behind the Heron so he doesn't waste time by going into the air after the attack. I'll cut to where he does the attack, just to show you, and that's about the only thing I would say about the Heron. And going on to the final boss-based floor in the Tower Adversity, we have the Mech Abomination floor. Now, the enemies you have to fight before him, I'm not gonna lie, there's not really a grouping method besides if you have Jan Jin or Yang Yang. That things kind of all chase you, all of the little rocks chase you. The big guy will 100% be always chasing you, but the little ones, they kind of do whatever they're doing. They try to attack you and follow you a little bit, and they do these pulses on the ground, so do watch for that. 2 of them are healing, and then 2 of them are damage. And going on to the Mech Abomination, the Mech Abomination is very weird because its first toughness bar doesn't break it or like cancels animations or anything. Also, I found out that it has to be at a certain HP threshold to even phase change, but if you were having a good run, you would probably be at the HP threshold, since I was just trying to see its moveset. Alright, now for the Mech Abomination moveset here, one of the biggest main things you want to watch out for is this grab attack he's going to go for. He swings his arm into the air and like waits for a couple of seconds and then grabs you. Not really a couple of seconds, he goes for a grab. This grab will usually insta-kill whoever it grabs, so definitely don't get hit by this. Now, once again, I have to be honest here, the mech really does not have that complicated of a combat like style. He really just swings side to side and then has some times where he jumps with his body like this I'll show, and you want to make sure you're dodging when he does that. It's not like he's just moving. It is an attack that will do damage to you. when you break his weakness and he comes back and he like empowers his arm, he will have this laser attack which can go really fast sometimes, and he does it 3 times. He goes one side to the other side and then he brings it back. So watch out for that attack. But pretty much all of his attacks are left-right swings or right-left swings, and sometimes he slams down after them. Alright, and to finish off the video here, also, thank you if you're still watching to this far. You know, if you're enjoying the content, make sure to like and subscribe to your boy. Appreciate it. For floors 1 through 3 of both towers, I have to be completely honest, they're really just DPS checks. I would like to go over Lumiscale's moveset real quick, but besides that, these are really just you have the damage, you don't have the damage. My Donjin is able to clear floor 3, and her build is not really that good. As you can see here, my Donjin's running a 42-204, and she usually uses either the Sword 18 or the Emerald of Genesis, which puts me at 1.4k attack and then 66-204. And right, to be honest, it's not really that good of a build. I think I don't even have my Echoes maxed on her. Yeah, like, it's really just a DPS check. There's not much you can really min-max on them. I will say for floor 3 of the Resonant Tower, sometimes it's annoying to group the prisms with the Heron, but if you have the damage, it'll be fine. Like I said, I cleared it with Donjin. Donjin has no grouping. What I would say for this floor is really just focus on the prisms, because the Herons will always chase after you. And then let's go over the Lumiscale's attack set real quick. So Lumiscale is a pretty cool boss. Also, it usually always starts with the rock, paper, scissors here. So we'll start with a scissors attack. It's a pretty easy one to dodge. Then after that is when it can do different movesets. It has this sword attack that it can do. Then it has, I think it's about to do the spikes from the ground. Nope, it's about to do the lasers. Lasers, I highly recommend going in and actually trying to get hit by the lasers, but still dodging it, obviously, so you can get dodge counters. Got hit by one right there, but you get the idea. You definitely want to increase your DPS with some dodge counters there. Going for another sword attack. One attack that this boss has, this tornado attack, I have not been able to find a way that, like, consistently doesn't always get you hits. Besides, like, you have to have perfect dodge timing. These spikes on the ground, it's literally just dodge before the spike hits you. And then this little Beyblade attack. The hitbox is before it comes to you. The hitbox for that Beyblade is closer than it looks. So make sure you dodge like a little bit before it hits you. Try to get the feel of it. You know, if you feel like you're getting hit by that attack a lot, it's really just an attack you get the feel for. And then, like I said again, lasers. Try to get hit so you can get dodge counters for some big damage. And that's pretty much its whole moveset. It's got like 5 attacks. Alright, well, this is the end of the video. I hope this helped, hopefully, for Tower. Like I was saying, I haven't seen any Tower guides. I would love to continue this for future Tower updates. If you have any criticisms or stuff I should change in the video, please let me know, because I would like to continue making videos like this if people enjoy this. And I will be seeing you later. Goodbye.